Yo, so Spoken man, it's good catching up with you. I see you going by this new handle, Big Spoke Draco. You want to talk about that?
Big Smoke Draco.
Yeah, like what is that? Is that I'm guessing that's a reference to Soldier Boy, to Soldier Boy.
You know what Soldier Boy did? It was based off of respect and getting his flowers while he's living. Nowadays, people when they die, they don't give you your flowers while you're living. They wait till you die and pass on, get in the comments, say rest in peace. Oh shit, I should have worked with you. And all of a sudden, they make movies about you, and then they fuck up your whole character. So I had to let my voice be known, and and get my stuff out before it was too late. And that's why I call myself Big Spoke Draco.
It seems like you said, people don't get their flowers until they're gone. Did you ever get emotional about people not giving you credit? Did you ever like have moments that you cried about it, or like you got upset?
I didn't cry, but I definitely got emotional. I told Nick Cannon the same thing. I told him, yeah, I was emotional. You know what I'm saying? I'm not afraid to admit that. I didn't cry about it or nothing like that, but I definitely felt that way.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. You just mentioned Nick Cannon. You know, you were very vocal and said a few things towards him that you didn't appreciate, and it did kind of look like he just wasn't really rocking with Spoken Reasons. I'm sure he knew of you.
We've been on Real Husband Hollywood together.
Okay, so we know that he knows of you, but
everything between me, him, and George Lopez and Kevin Hart.
Right. So it just seems like he just wasn't really rocking with what you got going on. But you're able to kind of end that little feud or that beef between him. Y'all were able to talk it out.
Yeah, we spoke right after the whole conversation, right after the whole incident that went on. It really went on for a whole week. I actually started when Soldier Boy started, so I said his name 1 week, and then that next week I just went hard and I just said fuck it. And that's when people were like, oh, he's not playing. So
right.
Yeah, me and Nick chopped it up. It was a total respectful conversation. We spoke for damn near an hour on the phone. And there was no yelling, no screaming, no words being exchanged. You know what I'm saying? It was just respect on both sides. When I hopped on the phone, I told him, look, man, I respect you. You know what I'm saying? I'm probably one of the only niggas that know the words to your music. And he laughed. You know what I'm saying? Because that was all facts. I'm literally the only nigga that gave Nick Cannon album and know the words to his music. Now, do I take pride in that? Now I don't take no pride in it or whatever. It is what it is. Yes. I'm a fan, or at least I was one growing up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And as I got older, and when I came to the game, he was doing things that I didn't appreciate, and I felt like I was being overlooked. And Nick, he, put it like this: Nick always respected me. You know what I'm saying? Nick always respected me. He always rocked with me. He actually reached out to me for Wildin' Out in 2012, but it was a big miscommunication error that went down. My agent was involved, and he had people involved, and we never got a chance to speak to each other. So at the time when I'm flaming hot with the movie The Heat with Sandra Bullock and Melissa McCarthy coming out, it's coming out that summer. He's bringing back Wildin' Out for the second time coming around after years or whatever. So, and this time he's coming back with straight internet people. He's strictly looking for people off the internet. And I was the top of the food chain. And the reason why I didn't get on the show is because my agents told me that if I wasn't going to be presented as a guest star on the show, there was no point in me being in there. It didn't make any sense. I wanted to do the show, but I guess when it got back to him, I guess, you know, whatever the circles or whatever happened, I guess, you know, they just took it for what it was. And then when, you know, push come to shove, all these years go by, then I'm starting to see things that, you know, I'm starting to see people that's working with them that I put on, and which wasn't a problem at first, but it really became a problem when I seen the spoken word thing.
You think he maybe just saw you as a threat, like, or?
I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I really don't know if he did or not. And if he did, I'm not gonna totally put that on Nick, because there are a lot of people that see me as a threat. Numerous of people that see me as a threat. So I wouldn't just put that on Nick, because that's not his fault or whatever. You know, it's a lot of people's fault that feel that way. I feel like, you know, a lot of people, they don't stand next to me, or they don't want anything to do with me. One, because they see how I am all blind, and they say, well, I don't want any parts of that, whatever, because this little nigga come with a bolt of energy that I don't know if I can handle, or we might end up getting in a fight when we get in the room. Or they might have seen some type of dispute of me with somebody online from years ago, which I didn't really do much. So I never really went at it with too many people. But when I did, I went hard or either go home. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it came from, in the industry, people were basically saying things in meetings saying don't work with that guy or whatever. And, I guess I can come off as somewhat difficult to work with, especially at the time, because I'm too busy trying to build my own dynasty. And no one understands the shit I'm doing unless I show you. So, when you're a trailblazer, you're never understood until you let it be known and you tell your story. So I'm on year number 11 in entertainment. Year number 11. It's time to tell my story. It's time to let it be known. And, it's either tell it or go home and just be quiet. And, like I said, I just refuse to let anybody tell my story for me. I'm tired of looking at biopics and shit and seeing fucked up biopics when people are literally writing scripts about people when they're dead and they can't even defend themselves, can't even speak up for themselves.
Lastly, it seemed like Nick invited you to Wildin' Out, right? You going to be taping in May?
Yeah, May.
So how are you going into that? Like, is there something to prove or what?
I mean, Wildin' Out is a roasting show. It's a roasting show and it's very competitive. So there you have it. I'm going in there with my competitive cap on, and I'm going in there with my roast and my shit. People can say whatever they want. Oh, well, he's just online funny. Well, come see me then. Come see me. Because I guarantee you, every comedian that ever saw me get on stage or did a show with me, they can tell you I'm funny. And that's what people don't understand. They look at me from the outside looking in, looking at my videos saying, yeah, he's funny online, but can he do this shit on stage? Or he's not funnier than me on stage. Well, all I got to say is, when you see me on stage, or when you see me on stage, you'll see. And when you see me on Wildin' Out, you'll see.
Lastly, you got a show coming up in Atlanta. Is this like part of your comeback, or what's going on with the show in Atlanta?
It's part of the comeback. It's going to be called Hollywood Unspoken. It's basically me just telling my story of what I've been through from the start of entertainment all the way until up to now. It's not going to be me shitting on people, talking about people's names and dragging them in the mud and nothing like that. It ain't got nothing to do with it. I'm not going to mention any name like that unless it's for reference, a part of my story to help me. This is just a teaching moment for everybody that's in entertainment, that's been through it, that's going through it and stuff like that, to really get a good drift of the trailblazer. So if you can't get no advice or no game from anybody else, at least get it from the root. And I'm the root. So I have stories and I have a path to walk people down that they are very unaware of, and I've been keeping it quiet for so many years. So within all this crazy chaos that's been happening the past couple weeks, this is the time to let it out. So March 2nd in Atlanta, Georgia, everybody be there. It's going to be at the Relapse Theater. On March 2nd, Saturday at 10:30. Ladies $5 and the guys $8. And like I said, it's really just for people to pack house. So that's really what it is, so they can get my story. This is an opportunity for everybody to show up and get it from me. Get it from the resource, get it from the horse's mouth.